Okay, are we recording? Yes. Okay, great. We're recording. Hi. For those of you watching, I'm Alicia Yang of Yes to the Yang, and these are my inside scoop interviews with our VIP guest today, Miss Sarah Hart. I personally am a massive fan of you, Sarah, because you literally completely upped my game in the online business world, but not in a sense of, necessarily numbers or whatever, but I personally felt like with your branding course and how you were so easily able to teach design in like a simple step-by-step, like I'm completely an ignorant novice when it comes to tech. I was able to put together a site that I do love, and I feel like it completely exudes me and my brand and who I am. And I think that in and of itself has been one of the most valuable things I think any business person can learn and have, let alone anybody who just wants an online presence, period. Like, even if they don't have a business. So welcome. Thank you for showing up.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yay. So, I guess just to kind of sort of kick things off and like relax, because I'm also like a hot mess right now. Um, I have my Disneyland Tinkerbell cup here full of tea.
All the Disney stuff. I love it. It's so much fun.
And talk about staying true to yourself.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm gonna go down a random list of questions, and they're just asking you your favorite things. So
okay.
just the first thing that pops into your mind. Okay, let me
Okay.
pop up my list. Okay. So, your favorite color.
Right now it's navy because
Ooh.
I actually had a color consultation with a stylist, and she did my colors, and she's like, "Navy's your power color." And I was like, "Oh, I love that." So now I have like a pair of like navy underwear I always wear whenever I go.
That's amazing.
So right now I'm really feeling that, but I think pinks and navies are my favorite. Yeah.
Which also are very amazing complementary colors too
Yeah.
to put together. I love that. I'm gonna start wearing navy power underwear when
Yeah,
I
I think
go
yours
out.
has their own power color though. I think yours is probably different.
It probably is, but I love that idea.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite animal.
Well, Hart is a stag, so I've always been connected to like deers and that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's my last name. And actually, me and my sisters were talking about getting like matching deer tattoos together because it's a heart.
Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, I think that's what I feel most connected to.
Favorite brand.
Ooh, oh my god, that's so hard.
Since you're a brand expert, I know.
Brand, oh my god.
Or brands, since it's your specialty.
Yeah.
If you do your
I
top
don't know if
three.
you've seen Marie Forleo's new website design. Like,
Oh
her
my god,
brand
gorgeous.
is amazing. Do you know what? I think my favorite brand of all time is Denise Duffield Thomas. Like, she's just so fun. Like everything about her is just like hilarious and easygoing. Do you know Denise Duffield Thomas?
I don't.
Oh, you'll have to look her up. She's at luckybitch.com.
Oh, Lucky Bitch, yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's so like all her branding represents who she is, and like she's just so funny and hilarious. I'm in her money boot camp. It's just like the most positive, amazing group in the world. So I think her, hands down, she's amazing.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna add that link to the bottom of this article. Favorite Greek goddess. So it's because I know that you like Greek mythology.
I love these questions. Oh my god, a favorite. It's funny. We just last night was the new moon, and so
Yes.
my sisters, we did like a little manifesting ritual, and then we picked. I have goddess tarot card decks.
Oh, cool.
Goddesses, but I think off the top of my head, I think Artemis is definitely my favorite. Like, she's just kind of a badass, right? You know, like she's the archer.
Yeah.
She's super cool, you know.
I feel like that totally exudes you and kind of your huntress vibe. I love that. That's amazing. She's one of my favorites too.
What's your favorite? Sorry.
My favorite is, for a long time, I thought it was Athena. Because she's the goddess of wisdom, and she's like really wise, and I guess like being Asian and having a tiger mom, I felt like, okay, I'm really smart. Like, that's my thing. but I'm coming into this whole new self-awareness phase where it's really bizarre. Like I have this massive connection with Aphrodite, and not just, I mean, the power of seducing men and love and like whatever. Like, but it's more so about how she really represents beauty, and not just outer beauty, but talking about like owning your inner beauty and where that comes from, and owning everything that you are and celebrating that beauty within you, in whatever silly weird ways that it is.
Yeah.
But I had this like I worked with this energy healer where we went sort of past life sort of regression type thing.
Ooh, cool.
So much fun. And one of them, I went back and I was completely like, in that sense, like came up from the sea in this like clam shell, and there was sea foam, and I had all of these similarities to Aphrodite. And now with 2020 hindsight, looking back at my life, there's so many similarities of what she likes and what I like, and all of that. So it's kind of a discovery process and learning how to embrace like.
That's amazing. I think she's my second favorite because I think like the whole love vibe. I'm really into that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love makes the world go round. My
Yeah.
my shirt says "Love More." That's
Perfect.
that's my bag.
That's a perfect Aphrodite shirt.
Okay. So real quick, favorite dessert.
Favorite dessert? Oh my god, I love like chocolate everything.
Do you? Nice.
I think like brownies or it's like chocolate cake. And I love dessert. All desserts are good. Ice cream, like I'm having it.
Nice. Well, if I ever come up to Canada, I'll have to bake you a chocolate cake.
Oh my god.
Because I just baked this chocolate peanut butter flourless cake.
Oh my god. Chocolate peanut and then like with a little bit of mocha in it. Like oh my god, that's my favorite.
We're gonna have to have that for when we meet in person.
It'd be so good.
And then my last question is, what is your favorite article of clothing?
Oh, like that I have, or like a type of article of clothing?
Your favorite one to wear.
Okay, I have like I love dresses, like hands down.
Do you?
I'm like I have a hard time dressing myself in layers. Like I'm just so simple, right? Like it's funny. I have to get my sisters to come shopping with me because I don't know how to like coordinate. So I love dresses because I'm just like, okay, it's one thing, and I just put on some flats with it. So and I just love sort of like those beige color, just like really beautiful summer dresses. Those are my favorite things in the world.
Nice. You look so good in dresses. I love them in all of your promo pictures and
Thank
stuff.
you.
So the reason why I started off with that is, so for anybody who doesn't know about Sarah and what she does, she is a branding expert and teaches you how to design your own website. And I feel like, it's one of those things where when you meet you talking about your favorite things, this is who she is, and it really is reflected in her websites and her designs, and that's personally one thing that I gravitated towards. So I'm like, she's my people. I totally get her. She understands me. So let's get into your course, this amazing brand mapping method that I'm super obsessed with. So my first question to you is, why did you create the course in the first place?
Oh, yeah. So it's actually such a funny story because I had no intention of getting into like courses. Like at the time, I was a website designer and I had saw people were doing online courses, but I thought, I wasn't going to be a good teacher. I didn't think I would be good at it. And I'm like, oh, that seems really scary. But I kept on getting like the same, like everyone was having the same problem, right? Like and what we just talked about, the personality part, like people were having a hard time. I would hear again and again, like they were on Pinterest, like redesign, like just in this rabbit hole and like lost for days on Pinterest, right? And like totally redesigning their website. And people would say to me, like, I don't know what's wrong. I just keep on redoing this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay, I need to like create a resource for these people because it's driving me nuts. Like, stop asking me this question. And so I first created like the workbooks that are in the course, And so from there, I was like, well, I was talking to a few of my local friends, and I was like, well, maybe I could do like a 2-day workshop or whatever. And I was like, okay, that seems like low commitment. And then I did like a 2-day e-course and people loved it. And I was like, oh my God. So it was really all about like creating from like a sense of this is what people have been asking for. And like I really saw a barrier there, like where people were just getting so stuck on their website. They were getting and I'm like, this is such an emotional thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There was so much advice that people were getting to that was like more about what other people are doing and not about what you're like I'm more about like what is it about you that lights you up and all about that. So yeah.
I love that. So with your course and why let's see, I'm like there's 10,000 questions. I'm like, but I want to ask them all at one time. What's your favorite section of the course?
Favorite section of the course? Oh my goodness. Okay. I think the second module, the brand map, where you're creating, you create, like, you choose your fonts, colors, images, and graphics, and have that beautiful, everybody shows off their beautiful, sort of brand map with all the colors, and it's just so fun to see everybody's, right? You're like, oh my God, look at all the, like, look at her colors, and you can see everyone's different personalities in it.
Definitely.
And it's like, oh, this is so cool. So that's my favorite part, when people, like, really nail down, like, okay, these are my bits and pieces of my brand, and you can see it all together. That's fun.
That definitely was one of my favorite parts too of going through it, is seeing everyone else's, and like you said, like I definitely started getting like brand effing. I'm like, no, I like what she's doing. I like what she's doing. Like I want that too. And then you have like 20 different fonts that you're still trying to choose from. But it's the creativity and again bringing out that the essence of who that person is. Like I feel like your brand mapping method. I know that's definitely the title of your course, but your method is so powerful and easy to do, which I like. What do you love most about teaching people about branding and design?
Oh, I love the aha moments people get, because I think it's all about the mindset. People go into it thinking this is going to be hard. I can't do this. I'm never going to get it right. And they just like, there's such negativity around it. And then just to like show people that like just seeing that people have these aha moments, that it can be fun and it can be easy. Do you know what I mean? Like that's like, oh, like that's so rewarding for people to be like, oh my God, I actually love my website now. I actually like going into design. You know, it's like, wow, that's a total mindset shift. And that just makes me feel like, yeah, I did it.
Nice. That must be a really rewarding experience on your end to do that.
Yeah, it's all about the mindset. Like that's huge, right?
Absolutely. Why do you think branding is so important?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, unless you have a brand that you like, for one, if you don't feel like your brand represents you, you're just going to be totally stuck in your business, right? You're going to be totally always redesigning your website, and you're not going to attract the right clients. That's like the number one thing. Like if you aren't representing who you are in your brand, you're not going to be attracting the right clients, right? And all the right people are going to be like, leave, and you're going to be attracting like these clients who want like refunds and price, like question your prices, right?
Right.
Like the reason why branding is so important, when you do it right, it means you attract like dream people like you, courses and programs and services that are just like totally aligned with you. They're like, feel like your best friends. So that's why it's so important, because it's just gonna make your life easier, right? It's gonna you're gonna have a successful business, and you're gonna feel a lot happier in your life because you attract the right people.
I love that, making life easier. We all want life to be easier and happier for everyone involved. I love that. It's almost like an easy way to find your tribe, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I love that, and that definitely started happening for me. I'm such a huge fan of yours. Such a huge fan. Okay, so here's an interesting thing. I'm curious, why are you only offering it once this year? Because I love having access to you, and you have, Sarah has one of the most amazing Facebook group communities that I've personally experienced. But, you know, I'm selfish, and I love being able to get your advice on different designs as I learn to grow. But yeah, I'm curious, how come only once this year?
Yeah, so actually, like the process of like doing a launch is like a lot of work, like just to launch it. And I'd rather put that energy like this. The difference this year is there's going to be one main group. Everyone's going to be in the same group, and I want to be more active through the year. So instead of like we are going to have the 3 weeks, where of course you can join too, because as members can join anytime. But I really want it to the brand mapping method community to grow and be active throughout the whole year. So that's
smart.
why I want to do it once a year, so that everybody can. And I was even thinking of, this isn't for sure, but I think in the fall I'm just gonna do like a few more like live calls with me.
Oh,
just
fun.
for people who signed up now, like just for people who are in it. So it's more of a community aspect to it. And also, I don't know, it feels like going pro to me to do it this once a year. For me, I was like, you know
absolutely.
what? Like it feels scary. Like it felt really scary to do, because I'm like, oh god, that means I have to make this much this launch. But it's like, no, this feels right. Like even though it does feel scary, there's other things I want to do in my life. There's other things I want to do my business. So it feels like the next step, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Oh gosh, I want to segue right into this. I have one last question about your course, and then I want to segue into your like dreams and passions and things like that too. So for someone, because I know I had this question, can I, a person who maybe has no web design experience whatsoever, does not understand coding or HTML, someone who, you know, is really confused about brand, but knows that they should be put into a box, but doesn't know what that box is, but knows that they want to be themselves, can they actually accomplish that daunting task in only 3 weeks? And if so, like how do they manage to do that? I mean, yes, they should take your course, but what would you tell them?
Yeah, well, first off, I think just like looking at people like you who are like absolutely amazing. I think that's not really about me. That's about like the testimonials of people who've gone through. If you look at like all the websites that people have created out of this course, it's like most of these people didn't have any like website experience at all. They thought they weren't good designers. They thought they would get overwhelmed by the technology, and yet they've launched like these gorgeous websites, and there's a ton of them on the site there on brandmappingmethod.com. If you scroll down, there's like a ton of websites for you to see, and it's just amazing to think all these people DIY'd their websites, and people are like amazed. Like people go on their websites and like, hey, who's your designer? And they're like, me. I just did Sarah Hart's course. And so like it's amazing.
Wow.
Like I think it's like, what? Like this is just so fantastic. So I think if that sounds like, if someone's watching this and that sounds like them, like absolutely, like this course really is about empowering you. Like you would be surprised what you can do in the right community, right? This is like you could probably say it's really positive and supportive, and I'm always like, I'm there. if you agree with that.
Yeah, I have to say, for me, I feel like it was worth every single penny and more. Like I feel like this is one of the few courses that over delivered in that good sense of like, that's why I wanted to become an affiliate and promote you, because yes, the course had good value. There was like a lot of information. I mean, like 10,000 bonus videos that I think like I'm still trying to go through and like figure out how to do certain things. But what I personally appreciated was your openness and willingness to really help on a one-on-one level. So like when I literally was having meltdowns, so if anyone was afraid of having a meltdown, Sarah's okay with it. But seriously having a meltdown because I felt like the most retarded, like undesignable, uncreative person, and like emailed you a graphic and you're like, oh my God, no, just like flip this, and this. And like, you know, sprinkle some like fairy dust on my graphic, and now it's one of my most beautiful things. So for me, I personally really appreciated the support of like remembering what it's like when, you know, you don't know exactly how to design. You're like at that entry level of, you know, learning what design means and what elements go through to create that brand, and then being able to explain it in like layman's like normal people terms. But then also just your accessibility, like you said. For me, that was like par to none the best thing ever. So thank you. I don't know if I ever thanked you enough.
That was so much fun. Like I personally, like I my favorite part. Like, I just want to add more of me in there because for me, it just seems weird not to be in it. Like, I'm gonna be in it with you. I'm here for you.
Right.
Like, it's just crazy to me not to have that for people, and I love it too. Like, just connecting, especially like connecting with you right now, and doing daily Q&As and getting to meet everybody. It's like, this is my community, and I want to help everybody. So,
Are you also going to be doing those daily Q&A live calls also?
yes, and actually we have, you'll like this too. We have Fridays are like open and alumni calls. So
You might see my face again. Just
yeah.
FYI.
So yeah, that's gonna be really exciting. So that'll be for anybody who, like, doesn't matter where you are in the course, like, or
Nice.
alumni, you can just ask questions. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, so anyone watching this who's thinking about it, who wants to just hang out with this girl, you should just do that. It'd be worth it even just for to hang out with her. Going back to what you were saying before, that it is a little scary to only to kind of, in a sense, quote unquote, go pro. I mean, I feel like you're a pro anyway, and launch this only once a year, and feeling that kind of fear, but it's excitement. How do you overcome that fear? Like, what tools do you have to overcome fear in building a business?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, fear is really my best friend. Like, it
Okay.
really is, because oh my goodness, like, I was such a shy person growing up. I had anxiety like my whole life, and I was like constant in a state of fear, like for a lot of my life. And so I actually remember, like, when I was working full time as a designer, and I was just like, I couldn't even sleep at night because I had such bad anxiety. I'd be like, I'm doing something wrong. Everyone, like, I'm gonna get fired. I literally could not sleep.
Oh no.
It was like 4 a.m, and this happened to me all the time. Because I was always like so anxious. And I just remember, like, I had this wave of calm come over me. And I remember thinking, like, I'm going to quit tomorrow. I'm going to quit my job. And so the next day I walked into my work and I went to my boss's office and I quit. And so from there, that's when I started my first business. And I went traveling to Europe by myself. So that was sort of the beginning of doing things that were scary, because I noticed when I quit my job and when I went traveling that I like was so much more happier. And then so I had my business, and then I had my online business. I remember my blogging for the first time. Like, I can't tell you how terrified. Like, that was another thing. I was like, oh my god, like, blogging, that feels like the scariest thing in the whole world. People are reading what I have to say. Like, I was like, oh my god, that feels horrible. And then I can remember, like, just doing it, even though knowing that, okay, I have this fear, but I'm gonna push past it. And still, I remember my first few blog posts, and I got a random comment from online, and I immediately deleted it. I don't want people to read my blog. So I was in so much fear for so much of this. And I remember doing my first webinar. Oh my god, couldn't sleep. I pushed it 2 months in advance after buying the program because I was so nervous.
Well, what is it inside of you that was like, yeah, I need to push past this fear? Is that something that you feel like you were born with, or how did you coach yourself?
I think I just was in so much fear. I think I just didn't want to live that way anymore. I was like, you know what? I just have to do something about this because it's not going away. Do you know what I mean? It's not going away. It's always going to be there. Yeah. So it's what can I do to just get out of this mindset? Do you know what I mean? So it's so now whenever I feel fear, I get really excited because I'm like, good, that's what I have to do next, because it's only worked so well for me. Everything, starting a blog and doing webinars and doing course. Before I did the beta round of this course, I literally didn't sleep because I was that nervous. I was like, what the hell have I got myself into? So I think it's just proof that everything that I'm scared of doing is always worked out a million times better than I thought they would. So now I'm like, I gotta do it.
I love that turning, switching, or in your mind going, every time that the fear comes up, saying, you know what, that's excitement. And I love that mentality because I've been doing some research, and apparently, chemically in your body, when your body's in a state of fear, it actually secretes the same hormones or chemicals as it does when you're excited. and your body just doesn't really know the difference. So if you can just kind of say, okay, this isn't fear, my palms are sweaty because I'm excited, and then sort of kind of start to go through that path, that's a really great tool and suggestion to, jump over that hump.
Yeah.
Because I find we have fear in all different areas of our lives, like not even just, online business. So again, sort of similar in this, but so you say that you're an introvert, but you make it look so easy. Do you feel like now at this point, because now you've done, I've attended, a gajillion of your webinars because A, I loved hearing you talk, and B, even if it's a topic that I'm like, I don't know, I always learn something new, which I personally like. So how do you feel like you've kind of overcome that fear of putting yourself out there? Has it lessened any over the time?
I think like once you hit a level, it's like, okay, what's the next level that scares the hell out of me, right? So it's like right now with like webinars, I'm cool about it. Like I think I've done a bajillion by now, so it's a little more easygoing. But like to be honest too, whenever I'm launching and I have to pitch on a webinar, like pitch my program, like that scares me. Like that still makes me really nervous. And I practice a lot, right? Because, there's always something new of course there's going to be something new. There's always the next step it would suck if there wasn't a next step that didn't freak you out, right? Because then life would be really boring. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, I'm done. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah, no, there's always a next step, but the next step always looks terrifying, but you start to realize that, well, I did the last step and it was okay.
So you're going to be fine. You didn't die, so it's good. So one of the biggest fears, and I've heard you talk about this, like, I think on one of your webinars at the very end, it was funny, but perfectionism. And how, especially when creating your design and creating your website, like even choosing fonts, I have to get the perfect font or the perfect color, what advice do you have for the perfectionists that are out there?
Yeah, I think perfection is really like a symptom of not having clarity about what you really like, or not getting clear on what you really want to put out there. You know what I mean? I think it's like a fear. It's like, oh, it has to be this way, but really that's just a symptom of I haven't got clear enough on who I am, and I guess, yeah. Sorry, I'm having a hard time articulating.
No, it's fine. It's a because I know it's something that I battle with. But I think it was it was like the last 2 minutes of a webinar that you had. I was watching the replay, and you mentioned Brene Brown's book, The Gift of Imperfection, which honestly, I was like, oh, because her name kept popping up. But what did you like most about that book, and what did you take away from that? Because I think you were discussing a point in there about it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that book. I read that book like 3 or 4 years ago, and it was like a life changer. It was like you don't have to keep up with especially for me. I think for me, I had a lot of like negative. I was just bringing myself down a lot and like comparing myself, like comparison, perfection. You know what I mean? Like, so I forget what the point was on that webinar.
Oh, I think because I think it was the good enoughism.
Oh,
the good enoughists.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. That was like life changing. Like all you have to be is a good enoughist. Like perfection is just fear. That's all it is. And like there's something so empowering. Like I love, like, don't get me wrong, like I love creating things that are gorgeous and beautiful and refined. Like I love refining things and making them more and more beautiful.
Which you do all the time, by the way.
But there's definitely a line where it's like, this is just going in circles.
Yeah.
And it just needs to get done. And I think perfectionism is stopping you from putting it out there. And that's really just self-sabotage. So perfectionism is self-sabotage. It's just, you're afraid of actually putting yourself out there. You're not really afraid it's not good enough. It's about getting yourself out there. Yeah.
What would you, like, why do you feel that it is so important to put your true self out there? Like in your brand versus, aha, Nordstrom did this, and so therefore my brand's going to look exactly like this.
Oh my god, there's so many reasons. I think the number one reason is like you are gonna feel like a fraud. Like if you have this brand that is like, the the version of yourself that you would like to be, the Marie Forleo version of you, you're not gonna feel good. You're gonna feel like something's off, and that's so important because that's gonna affect your whole business, right?
Right.
People are gonna hire you, and they're not gonna have then you're gonna attract people who are expecting someone different. And you have to keep up with this persona of who you are. And how much work does that, that sounds like a lot of work, keeping up with a persona, right?
Right.
So number one, it's going to just cripple you and just make you feel like a total fraud. And also it's going to attract the wrong people. Like your dream clients, I promise that your dream clients love you for you. I promise that. They're I love it. It's so funny. The little thing, when I do webinars and I just I'm like, sorry guys, I have to pee. People love that, you know what I mean? People love, and that's why I do dancing in front, even though I feel embarrassed, whatever. Because people like that. People like the regular you. You don't have to pretend to be anybody else. I promise you're going to attract even better, more amazing clients when you let go of that persona and you just be who you are. And what I like to tell people too is if it feels scary, just put it out there. If it feels really nerve-wracking, you think, oh God, what are they gonna think if I share this about myself? Then that's what you have to put out there. That is the key.
Yeah.
You have to put it out there because I promise you that's actually gonna attract more people. Yes, it's gonna push some away, but you don't want those people anyway. So
I love that. That should be a new quote graphic for you. But if it scares you, put it out there.
Okay.
Sarah Hart. I love that. I'm gonna.
The course, so this is all good stuff.
I'm gonna make that graphic and then I'll post it on Campfire. I'll be like, this is what the lovely Sarah Hart said. I love that advice though, because I think especially for the people that read my blog and what I do as a dream fulfillment coach, like you said, people find the regular you. Right? Not the necessarily look, I'm all dolled up and I'm going out like on the town. Or again, the version, that you think you want to be. And not that that's necessarily bad because we're always improving. But sometimes it's you're in sweatpants and a hoodie and you're going to Trader Joe's to get some, the grocery store to get some stuff. And that's almost what people love even more, or that you're attracting your ideal clients or jobs or, creating a fan base because you're being relatable, I guess. You're being real. It's something that they can identify with or connect with, I guess. So what brands do you look to when you're searching for inspiration?
Well, I like to see what's new. For me, it's all about seeing what I love to be noticing the trends that are going on and seeing what people are doing. And what I just noticed it's such a good indicator, but these big brands are getting more personal. We stop seeing those arms crossed pictures that I hate so much. It's my biggest pet peeve, right? Is arms crossed in the blazer. Those are gone. Those are piece it out, which is great. And we're seeing way more personality in other people's brands. So that's for inspiration, I don't think I look at specific brands. I just like to see the trends and say, oh, okay, they're doing this. It's just proof to see what's out there. And then usually when I'm designing, I love looking at the new Marie Forleo website. That was so inspiring. And I love seeing their 404 pages and just for me it's about the little things. I'm like, ooh, that's clever. So
nice, because you did a whole entire rehaul of design for your course, right?
Yeah.
Which looks gorgeous, by the way. I'm obsessed with it.
So much fun. That was such inspired. That was actually I designed it all last New Moon, which was really good creative manifesting energy. But
nice.
I was just so inspired like creating that. It was so much fun for me. So yeah.
So what do you feel? So if someone's like, oh, I really want to do it, and like they're like right on the fence, like what would you? But like maybe they're like, I don't know, I'm like scared, I'm not gonna be able to do it in 3 weeks. Like, I'm obviously in love with you because you're so amazing and you're great. What would be any like last minute advice that you would give them on deciding whether or not to take your course? I would just tell them to do it, but that's just because I'm not you. I'd be like, you have to do it. It's so worth it. But
yeah. So for the 3 weeks too, like that's gonna be like sort of our group time to do it together. But like I said, too, my goal for this year is to have a little bit more community throughout the whole year because I'm only doing this once, so I'm gonna have more attention to what's going on year round, and I do have like it's not up in the air, but I do plan on doing like more just like special things for the brand mapping method community this year with Q&A, more Q&As with me like in the fall and that sort of thing. So if you are worried about like the dates, the support dates, and that's something to think about. Also, like the support's always there. Like we are doing it together in the 3 weeks, but I'm like, I don't know, like you can email me at any time. I'm here. I'm always in the like Facebook group. I'll review replying and that sort of thing. So that's the number one thing I think for that, yeah.
And I will definitely attest to that for anyone who's watching. She definitely responds on like very timely to your crazy requests and meltdowns that I had during that time. And she's super active in the Facebook groups. And honestly, I think you're one of the few people that are that active. I don't know how you manage to answer and reply and like every single post that like comes through Campfire. It's phenomenal. And the support even, during the course was life changing for me.
I think it's interesting though because I think I'm lucky in that sense because Facebook groups like give me energy versus take. Certain things take your energy and certain things give you energy. Like being in a Facebook group like gives me energy versus like for me email not so much, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like I love doing like video and like Facebook groups. Those are my two favorite ways to interact with people. So
nice.
I think that's just like a personal style sort of thing too.
So what final advice do you have on for anyone who's just trying to pursue their passion in life?
Oh my goodness.
I know that's a little broader than like branding and design, but I still feel like, empowering and discovering the real you and being able to put that into, your life, whatever that is. Because you need a website for everything now, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I think branding, like in the sense too, just gives you clarity about like I found personally, my business is not just about like making money and like getting clients. My business, I didn't start it for that reason. I started it because it sounded fun and interesting, and I wanted to try something new. And business has been a tool that I've used to grow myself, personally. Like I would not be doing webinars and like I just did my first speaking engagement. Like I would not be doing courses. I would not think I was a good teacher. And there's so many things that I wouldn't know about myself. There's so many things that I wouldn't have grown so much as a person without my business. So I think if you're passionate about something, don't get caught up in like, oh, I gotta make 6 figures in 1 year. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I think that's the wrong mindset. I think it's like, how can I do this and have fun and grow as a person? And you know what I mean? Like it just can be fun and simple and just like, okay, this is a project, like this is my project, and it can be that simple. So
I love what you said. I love that. If anyone is questioning whether they want to pursue their passion or not, just ask yourself, how can I do this and have fun and grow as a person? I feel like those are such great whys and like that purpose. Because I know you're also a fan of the Simon Sinek's why. But I love that perspective on it because I do think that we all, obviously, we have to have money so we can like pay our rent and, food and, maybe we want to travel or do our, like pursue other passions and things like that. Do you want to share any of your other passions besides branding and design that you're going to pursue this year, or do you want to keep that?
Sure. So my one dream I have, so you're in the Campfire group.
Yeah.
I want to create like a local campfire space. So I want to I want to have.
I would so go to Canada just for
Oh my
that.
god. This is my dream, okay? I'm gonna hire like interior decorator, like deck it out campfire style. I'm talking about like beautiful foliage and like having in like cool products that are like campfire related. And then I'm gonna like I dream of like having like daily dance breaks. Like every day at noon you can come for like an hour to do like just dance randomly just because it's fun.
Fun.
And just like have, you know, backyard campfire, like moon rituals and fun things like that, and just have lots of community events to teach young women about entrepreneurship and like their passions and get clarity. That's like something I really love. One of my dreams too is to create a scholarship to help young women travel, because for me traveling by myself in Europe like changed my like whole perspective on the world. So that's something I really wanted to do, is do that. And then also doing a ton of traveling this year. I plan on doing like a month, like in the west coast Canada and the US, probably September, October. So I'm just gonna like kind of just like meander around the area for a month because I have 2 events. So I'm like, okay, I'm between those events, I'm just gonna travel. And yeah, I also special. So this may or may not happen, but I'm thinking of doing and I'm gonna beta test a new course with the brand mapping method. So those people in the brand mapping method will be able to get the beta round of that.
That's
so that
exciting.
might happen in the fall. So we'll see about that. That's going to be a little bit more about business related and more less about creating your website and what do you have to do before you do that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so that's kind of my plan for the next little thing. Also do a bunch of speaking because I just did my first speaking.
Congratulations on that, by the way. I heard you were saying it went really well.
Yeah, I was so nervous. Like, oh my god.
That's fantastic. This sounds like 2016, right? 2016 is a really a great year for you.
Oh yeah.
Lots of exciting things, and your adventure is awaiting you as you embark off. So it's so exciting. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. And my last little thing to set you off on your way as like a fun little send off is so I have a little hell's yeah or hell's no section. Okay, so I'm gonna hold up little flashcards and you're gonna just say hell's yeah or hell's no, and then if you're like meh, and then we can like move on to the next one. Okay. Okay. So I'm just gonna like shuffle these up. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Dragons.
Hell yeah.
What does that say?
Skydiving.
Skydiving.
Hell no.
Solo traveling.
Hell yes.
Horror movies.
Hell yes.
Really? I never would have pegged you for that. Karaoke.
Hell yes.
Nice. Technology.
Hell yes.
Nice. Ryan Gosling.
Hell yes.
I ran into him several times at Runyon, at hiking. It's bizarre stories. Anyway.
No way. Are you kidding me?
Yes, and like, oh my god, I hope that nobody's watching this video or he's not watching this video. It's really weird because I wasn't like overwhelmed in real life.
Oh.
Like he looked like a normal, I mean, very good looking, but like normal jockey type, like athletic dude that I've seen in high school, you know?
Really?
He's super nice. He's so nice. I've met him he used to frequent at this like little Mexican place that was right next to my work, so I ended up with seeing him there like several times.
Oh my god, you talked to Ryan Gosling. No big deal.
NBD. Oh my god. No, yeah, but it's funny because I was just talking about this with my best friend, how his memes, like the memes and GIFs that people have created on the internet, I swoon every single time. Like I cannot help myself. He's like one of the most dream-worthy people. Bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous.
Okay, next one. Channing Tatum.
Nah.
Miley Cyrus.
Nah.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Taylor Swift.
Hell yes.
Yeah. Marshmallows.
Hell yes.
Chocolate.
Hell yes.
Cheesecake.
Hell yes.
Chips and salsa.
Hell yes.
The color pink.
Hell yes.
The color black.
Hell yes.
Spiders. Really?
I used to have, this is kind of weird, but I used to actually have spiders in my room when I was a kid that lived up in the corner. I actually love spiders. Like, hell yes.
Um,
Like,
in
it's so
in
weird.
in Chinese tradition, or culture, spiders are actually a sign of good luck. And it's like a symbol of your ancestors coming down and protecting you and giving you messages. I always flush them down the drain, but so apparently I'm like a terrible Asian. But that's really interesting. And then the last one is snakes.
Hell no.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Sarah. You were an absolute joy to talk to. I want to make a trip to Canada just so I can get to know you better and hang around a campfire and roast some s'mores and talk more about life and love and passion and,
Oh my
pursuing your
god.
dreams. But you are amazing. Your course closes, or I mean, like the cart closes April
50.
15th. So if you're watching this, like go to brandmappingmethod.com. I have the link below for my affiliate link. She has tons more of information, like step by step, on exactly what you're going to get in those 3 weeks. If you have any questions, definitely email her, or you can email me because I went through the trenches of fear of doing it. And yeah, and it's amazing. So thank you so much. You are so wonderful. I wish I could give you a hug.
I feel like a
So,
virtual
yes, virtual hug. And yeah, I'll talk soon. Keep in touch and stuff.
Thank you so much. This was so much. This is the most fun interview I've ever had. You're a great interviewer, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. Yay. All right, well, have a wonderful day. Bye.